Hello. I've finished Nicole's oversized boho pocket scarf. It's got pockets so I can do this, which is, I think, the point. It hasn't got a fringe because I didn't have enough yarn for a fringe. I had enough yarn for 12 bits of fringe, which is not sufficient fringe. I also figured out what I did on the ends. It wasn't an increase, it was a decrease. But because it's an even decrease, and because I did it on both ends, I'm calling that a personalisation and not a stuff up. So it has got pockets. It's just in time for the weather to warm up because we're having a little spring spell at the moment. Hello, Ute, that just went past. But that is done. I'm deciding if I want more yarn to make a fringe. We shall see. I don't know. I haven't decided. But for now, this is it. And I finished the green thing that was on the loom. I'm going to go and get it. I keep everything on the floor. So this is the multi-green scarf, which came out kind of cool, I think. Came out kind of cool. You can see the differences in one of my hairs. You can see the differences in the yarn shrinkage. I don't know if you can see that. Oh, but you can see the wibbly edges, and that's because when you wet finish, all the yarn shrinks at a different rate. That's fine. So that's how that's come out. It's better than I was expecting it. I was looking at it on the loom going, I don't know about this. Don't know, but I think it's worked. I think it's worked quite well. I don't currently have anything on the loom because I'm doing something else, which I'll go and talk about in a minute. That's inside on my sewing table as opposed to my weaving table. It's the same table. I just wanted you to think that I have two tables. I'm trying to get a reputation as like someone who's got two tables. So if you could spread that around, I'd appreciate it. Now that I've finished this, which was my bedtime project, I started a new bedtime project, and I've just realised I forgot to bring out the bit that shows you what it's supposed to look like. So, but I'll show you what I'm up to. Are you ready? It's a cross stitch, and I've done that. This is two shades. Is that the right way up? Yeah. This is two shades. This is a navy blue and also a navy blue with a black in it, and you can tell. But yeah, so that's how far I've got with that. And I've got a very strong light to work by because this is going to do my eyes in. But I won't go. We'll go inside. I'll show you what this is going to look like when it's finished. This was a gift from my friend Evie. Thank you, Evie. With the express condition that I finish it by 2031, which I feel is unnecessary pressure. But considering I do have about 4 cross stitches in progress, that's probably fair. Oh, look, I got an insect. Oh, it's gone. So, yes, that's what it looks like currently. And now I'll show you what it's going to look like when it's finished. Just to remind you, that's how much I've done. And this is what it will look like. It's 3 strands over... Yeah, 3 strands of cotton over 16 count Aida, which is going to drive me cross-eyed, but it's going to be worth it because look how serene and pretty she is. I love it. It's very calming. That's why I've got a very bright light, so that I can see what I'm doing here. Let me put that back over there. Now on the sewing table, because I do have 2 tables, spread it around, I have a remnants pack from Waverley Mills, which is a mills in Tasmania, who make blankets and whatnots out of wool, and they sell their offcuts to crafters. So I've got a few different offcuts here of wool and wool blend, bits of old blanket, not old blanket, new blanket that was cut off. And that's going to be a teddy bear. And I'll show you the teddy bear. It's in here. It's in a book. Here we go. There's teddy bear. And that will obviously be made out of wool. That's the whole point of all of that. But that's what I'm working on today. It's a jointed bear, because I've never made a jointed bear, and I feel like it's time I did. And it's a teddy bear for me, because I'm 43. And we're in lockdown in Victoria, and I want a teddy bear. What are you going to do? So at the moment what I'm doing is figuring out which bits of fabric will become which bit of bear, which is why I've got this sort of, do I want a checkerboard body? I don't know. We'll figure it out. I might be able to get one bear out of one bit. I don't know. It's an exciting journey that we're on. Oh, it's an exciting journey that we're all on at the moment. So that's what I've got going on at the moment. I've got some sewing, I've got some cross stitch. I'll be back next week maybe with a finished bear. We'll see how we get on. Definitely not with a finished cross stitch. You have just the loveliest week. Just have a really lovely week, why don't you? And I'll see you in the next one, which will be next week. Unless, I don't know, unless I forget. I need to script these videos. That's what I need to do. But it's not going to happen, and I think we both know that. You take care. Bye-bye.